Welcome, guys. This is JordangeVision. Thank you guys so much for watching the Beyond Belief Factor Fiction videos so far. I've been having a lot of fun making them. Did a little bit better guessing on the last one, so we're going to go to episode 4 now. Let's get to it. Before I get started, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and don't forget, reacting to art is sharing art. Channels like these benefit everyone from the viewers all the way up to the original creators themselves. Also a reminder, spoilers are likely, so if you haven't seen this episode and would like to, please feel free to click off and take care of that first. I'll be here when you get back. But for those of you who are staying with me, here we go.
Is there an explanation for everything in the world?
Meh.
There are some things that seem impossible, yet we tell ourselves there must be some explanation.
Oh yeah, I feel it.
Will you be able to separate stories of truth from fantasy tonight?
Fingers crossed. Let's get perfect today.
Through the
Glass jar that has never been cut in any way, and shoes that can't possibly fit through the opening. Impossible, yet here it is.
We molded around the
Tonight's
shoes.
stories deal with the scene. Your challenge is to see if you can figure out when we're fooling you and when we've bottled the truth.
All right, let's get to it.
This is one of the most sophisticated tools in the history of civilization. Yet, we're just starting to learn what computers are capable of. Is the computer
like 25
screen
years
a
ago,
window
too,
to the
like,
world or another tunnel
email
through
was just
which we may
starting.
encounter the...
There you are, Miss Burroughs. Your signature by the X, and we're almost done.
Done? You mean that's it? The money...
We'll be wired to the firm's escrow account by 5 o'clock today.
I'll take
all of
money.
it? The entire $500,000?
Yes,
Ooh.
that's the entire estate of your late uncle. You two must have been pretty close.
Dude must have been pretty rich.
Excuse me, Mr. Goth. A message for you, it's urgent.
Mr. Goth loves to play the role of the big shot with the explosive temper, and I was prepared for the explosion.
It came in on the computer. It's an email. I thought you'd...
What's it say?
Miss Burroughs, would you excuse us? Something's come up.
What? Now? We're almost finished.
I apologize that it's taken so long.
I don't want your apology. I want the money. A plane.
Hey, I want that money.
This is a total
Oh.
outrage. Now, I will be back here tomorrow at 9, and I want my money then.
Look, Miss Burroughs, please. Miss Burroughs?
What's the email say?
Mrs. Burroughs, the woman in your office is not my niece, Victoria.
Ooh.
She is an imposter. Do not give her the money. All right, Laura?
Oh, maybe she's a scammer.
Who's making these accusations? Who did you speak to?
I didn't speak to anybody. It came on the computer. It was an email.
It could have been sent by anybody.
You didn't speak to any. You got a message telling me that the woman in my office, about to receive $500,000, is an imposter. And you didn't check to see who sent it?
I know who sent it. It came from Big Biz.
Sounds important.
It's what's called a computer username. It's like a nickname.
How do you know this isn't
Like
a prank?
Sexy Guy 69. I mean, email was really new back then. It was easier to fool people.
You screw up like this again, and you're fired.
I was going to find out what this weird message was all about, even if it meant I had to work all night.
Who is this Big Biz fella?
Profile for that
No
memory
longer
is
available.
Yes, I'm trying to figure out who sent me an email today.
Big Biz is no longer in use. Name on the account was Edward Burroughs.
That can't be. Edward Burroughs is dead.
They're saying he sent that email from beyond the grave?
Must find my niece.
You must find my niece.
Reply.
I kind of think I know where this is going.
Who? It was too weird. I couldn't really be communicating.
Again, it
with
could be a
dead
faker,
man.
though. So,
Find my niece. She's in Brooklyn. New name.
the new name is
Gourlay.
Gourlay. It could be this Gourlay lady.
Cannot find her.
And you find her and I'm like, yeah, I'm totally the niece. Give me money. Wow. This is just spam at this point.
Bingo.
Yeah. Well, there she is.
Pepper's
But
Road.
still, who's to say
Brooklyn, New York.
this isn't her just trying to cash in?
7555015.
I assume that everything is in order and I can finally go on with my life. Excuse me, Mr. Goth.
Good morning, Laurie. We're in a meeting. Can this wait?
Before you fire me, I think maybe there's somebody you should meet. You can come in now. She's Edward's real niece.
Well, then
Okay.
who's this?
Her name is Catherine Marston. She was my uncle's nurse. Isn't that right,
Okay.
Miss Marston?
Mr. Goth demanded to know how I did it, but I didn't know him any answers. Besides, I didn't have one he'd ever believe.
True.
Or was it merely some prankster in the office? Someone who knew the truth and chose this peculiar method of revealing it.
Yeah.
Whatever the explanation, something bizarre happened that night.
Talk about this one for a little bit. Again, we don't really know where the emails are coming from. It could have been Miss Gourlay herself. Obviously, she is the real niece, but she's maybe just trying to draw attention, in a way that'll get someone to believe her type of thing. So, yeah, I'm going to mark this one down as true. Okay, on to the next one.
Take 3 college girls on spring vacation, driving to a
College girls
party
on spring
miles
break.
away from their home. They'd never been to the area before, and after this particular ride, you can bet they will never return again.
Okay, what do we got?
I was elected to drive, and I was determined to get there before the rain.
There's nothing funky in that drink there. Oh,
What is that? Oh, that's they call that music? Yeah, it is bad.
bluegrass.
This is party we missed the rage of the year.
I heard Mike's brother's going to be there.
These ladies got some
I
plans.
met him at home.
Hey, is anybody else hungry? I mean, I'm starved. Do you think we could stop at the next exit or something?
I'm kind of hungry.
I really. What time is it anyway? I mean, oh my gosh, we're gonna. If the dip is gone when we get there, I swear.
All this talk
We're gonna
about
get out
boys and
walk
she's
when
worried
we
about
get
the
back
dip.
on my new seats.
Met this guy on the net.
You serious?
Uh-huh. Who? I don't know. He said he was in politics.
So, is somebody.
They all say they're in politics.
Uh-huh. He said.
These days, all the politicians are on the net.
So you're sure we're not lost?
Yes, I am sure we're not lost. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if we're lost or not. Okay.
Ladies need a GPS. Ooh,
Whoa.
that would be a disaster.
You guys, I'm okay. Okay. I'm okay.
No, you're not. Get some coffee.
Hey, check out that billboard.
I didn't see anything, you guys.
Yeah, so there's a restaurant a mile up on the right.
Oh, this road goes nowhere. It's a waste of time, you guys.
All roads go somewhere, even if it's a graveyard.
Stop it! Stop it! Oh, great.
Oh,
What are we gonna do now?
So much for the diner.
yeah,
Young
let's,
girls alone on a deserted, rainy night.
oh,
Evening, girls. Need some help?
We're looking for a diner on this road.
Ain't nothing down this road you'd want.
yeah, just turn around.
That was the scariest guy I've ever seen in my life.
Oh God, it was like he knew we were coming. Like he was waiting for us or something.
I just wait on the side of the road for hours at a time,
You
just in
guys, I
case
think this
some
is where we
ladies
turn
drive
off.
by.
I'm gonna try it.
Josie, how can you see anything? Are you sure you're going the right way?
Yes, 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 I am sure I am going the right way. Okay.
Like you were sure the last time?
I didn't care.
Oh my God.
What is it?
Who was this? We were totally freaked out.
Is it the same
And I
guy?
was not about to open the window for anybody.
Good evening, ladies. Look, the highway's closed up the road from a landslide.
Landslide?
Yikes.
Yeah, about a half an hour ago. A couple of cars got buried. You were a few minutes earlier, you'd be one of them.
How do you think we were looking for that diner?
Diner? What diner?
The one on the billboard.
Lady, there's no billboards on this highway. They're illegal.
We'll
The
never
mystery
know what
ghost
Lana
billboards
really
saved their
saw.
lives?
The turn.
Okay, that's kind of freaky.
Some might say it was a vision placed there to guide the car away from disaster. And some might say we made up the entire story.
Again, I don't know what it would have been that they saw. Billboards don't magically appear out of thin air and say, hey, there's a diner that way. So it's kind of unbelievable to me that they would have actually seen something like that. So, I don't know. I mean, it's a decent story. It gave me some very, I know what you did last summer vibes. But I think, it's a very well-constructed, horror story type of thing. So, I think I'm going to say this is fiction. Story number 3. Here we go.
Dory Stone was such a teenager. She seemed filled with inner rage. She didn't talk much around the house or at school. And when she finally made the choice to run away from home, it ended in her accidental death.
Yeah, that sucks.
Well, the police...
The cemetery had been part of my beat for 10 years. In all that time, I think I'd gotten 8 or 9 calls, and always on Halloween. What to happen here was
Freaky
something
stuff happens
nobody
there
was prepared
on Halloween.
for. This poor little dead girl, Dory Stone. As sad as it was, at least you would have thought her troubles were over. But the troubles for her and her family were about to start all over again.
My life.
I just hate it when young people die, man.
I will dwell in the house.
Seen it happen too often.
We must all remember that Dory...
10 days later, Dory's mother had a stroke.
Oh,
and
that
she
sucks.
died in the ambulance on the way to the hospital. So for the second time in 2 weeks, the family tomb was opened for another member of the Stone family. Chuck was all agitated about something. You could tell that by the way his arms kept flying around, and he was talking a mile a minute.
What's up?
I figured he must be thinking people would blame him for whatever it was.
Chuck, but I don't know how they done it. All right? There ain't no,
Right, what's going on?
door's locked. That's how I found it, just like it.
I couldn't believe what I was looking at. Hadn't this family suffered enough without this kind of vandalism?
And the lock wasn't broken. No, sir.
It wasn't broken?
No, like I told you, Jim, there's only one way in, and that's through this front door here. And that door was locked, and I got the only set of keys.
Sure there wasn't like an earthquake or something?
A few days later, the father arrived. Chuck had cleaned everything up for his arrival. He had worked all night straightening up the damage. Knowing Chuck, he was probably hoping for a tip, or at least a pat on the back.
Oh, it's gonna be messed up again.
There you are.
How much tragedy can one man take in a short period of time?
You don't have any idea who might have done this, do you? Maybe somebody with a grudge? You know, a personal vendetta?
No.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Sometimes the worst part about...
Need round-the-clock surveillance in this place.
What you doing, Jim?
Laying it down to catch footprints or something?
This way, if they come back, we'll get some footprints.
Oh, something's going on in there. They trying to say the ghost did it?
Not a single footprint.
And it's messed up again. Wow.
I was turning the spring inside the tomb.
Not here.
Here.
What the hell did that mean?
What I'm about to tell you violates a sacred privilege, so you must promise to hold it in the strictest confidence.
I'm
This
listening.
would be good.
Mr. Stone found his stepdaughter's diary. It revealed incidents of physical abuse, beatings of Dory by her mother. Maybe Dory ran away from home to escape her mother. Now that her mother's back at her side, her spirit can't rest.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Well, what does Mr. Stone want to do?
Next day, the
Oh, I was gonna
coffin of
separate the
the mother who
bodies.
had made her child's life miserable was removed from the tomb. And it was the damnedest thing. All the strange goings-on inside the crypt stopped.
Perhaps a cemetery employee was causing the disturbances and covering up his own tracks. If so,
Why would he do that, though?
why did all the activity
It'd make him look incompetent.
And here's
Let's think about this one. It just seems too crazy. I've heard stories about, very weird things happening in cemeteries, but I don't know what to make of this one. Like, realistically, they're dead. I think I'm gonna mark this down as fiction, but I wouldn't be surprised, if something crazy happened like that. They brought up the whole, what if the caretaker did it as a joke, but why would he do that? Like, make everyone pissed off at him, so I'm marking it down as fiction. We'll see what it is at the end, obviously, but yeah, let's get on to the next story.
many people believe that pets can lower blood pressure, fight depression, even make you live longer.
Oh, I believe
All
that.
these concepts, those who have experienced it know it is one of childhood's sweetest pleasures, but it can also lead to one of childhood's most painful lessons.
Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be a sad one, isn't it?
Yeah, good. My son and his dog. A regular sight on our block.
What are you guys doing? Me and Weezer just went down to the rock quarry.
Oh.
I like it.
You do?
Looks sparkly.
You
Oh.
get Weezer and I'll get Zach. All right, you're gonna go launch. Stay ready?
The dog's playing football too.
3, go!
Oh!
Yes! All right,
Touchdown.
All right. Good boy, Weezer. And
Got the
as
NFL
pumpkins
celebration and
turned
everything.
their fiery and screamed in terror.
Time to go to sleep, honey. Lights out.
Oh, come on, Mom. Just a few more minutes.
No, Zach. You have a big day tomorrow. We're going to the beach, remember? Good
Oh,
night.
the dog wants to
Good
know how
night,
the
Mom.
story
Good
ends.
night, Weezer.
Come on, Spur.
This was the part that always broke my heart.
Dear God, please, please make me big and strong so I can be the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins.
If only it worked like that.
It started innocently enough.
She's got a kitty, too.
I still see
Oh.
that truck in my dreams.
Oh, I hate bad drivers. Oh, the cat's running away, too. Weezer, no!
Weezer, wait!
I'm not prepared for this.
Weezer!
Stop, buddy! Oh.
I'm sorry. I tried to stop.
Weezer.
Dude, you were going way too fast.
You want to say something, Zach?
Is that... Well, you're my best friend in the whole world, Weezer. I never thought you would leave me.
I remember that when I was a girl, my parents buried my first dog in our backyard. It eased my pain back then because I felt the dog was always near me.
Sad, and this is about to turn really freaky, too, isn't it?
Zach never got to do. How about tomorrow you and I go down to the pound and get ourselves another dog?
I don't want another dog.
Too soon.
Be another...
I know it hurts. Look, we don't have to go to the pound if you don't want to.
But give it a few weeks, at least.
Go to sleep. And at 10 o'clock, there was a knock on the door again. Zach went down to see who it was.
Don't tell me it's Weezer.
Weezer, I knew you wouldn't leave me. Mom, look, it's Weezer.
There are thousands of dogs that look like Weezer.
True.
They checked Weezer's grave and found it empty. Did Zach's mother bury Weezer when he was still alive? And if so, why wasn't there any dirt all over the dog at the door?
A lot to unpack there. Obviously very sad. But yeah, is that believable? They buried the dog, right? The chances of it, just being another dog, that'd be a hell of a coincidence. The grave is empty and... Like, how? I'd be very surprised if this actually happened. Like the last one, I could maybe see, but this is just too weird to be real. I'm going to mark this one down as fiction as well. All right, we have one more story for this episode, and then we get our answers.
As part of the Hippocratic Oath, doctors pledge to do everything they can. Dr. David Sanders was an emergency room doctor who held strongly to the ideals of the Hippocratic Oath. And it was his first night at a new hospital, a night he would remember for the rest of his life.
We had a small facility always on the verge of going under. There were
Yeah,
lots
this
of
looks like
rumors
the
that our emergency room
best
would be
hospital.
shut down by the order to
A little
keep our
cramped.
doors open.
Okay, what's his name?
No idea. Wallace
John Doe?
is unresponsive.
Here's something, Doctor.
Anything? Oh,
Looks like
what's
some
that?
kind of metal.
Some war metal?
It was then that our head of medicine, Dr. Kim O'Farrell, walked in.
Okay, 300. Charging. Clear.
Oh. No, we lost him.
Flatline. We get this kind all the time. No family, no friends, nothing.
He's not nothing. He's my patient. And that makes him somebody to me.
Anders, you're new here, but you'll catch on quickly. No heroic measures.
You mean it doesn't matter to you whether he lives or dies?
What matters to me is that we don't waste our resources on a man who's probably not going to make it anyway.
Oh, he's gonna make it.
Do you want to call it, Doctor?
Paddles 250.
Oh. Nothing yet?
Chest tray.
Doctor, it's not worth it. He's
Chest
way
tray.
past guideline.
Chest tray, stat.
Finally lost him.
I will not tolerate insubordination in my hospital. When I give you an order, I expect it to be followed. Do you understand? All you did was waste time, and time is a luxury that we don't have.
This bitch.
What do you want me to do with this?
Oh. I'll hold on to it.
The
Yeah, what is
St.
it?
Jude medal.
St. Jude.
He's the patron saint of lost causes.
Irony right there.
May I help you?
We're here to identify my father-in-law, Ray Whitcomb. The paper said that he was brought here last night. Whitcomb. W-H-I-T-C-O-M-B.
Yeah, he would be the guy.
Obituary said that he collapsed on the street and he was brought here last night.
The obituary?
Obituary?
Sir.
Excuse me,
Oh, show him the medal.
Could this belong to your father?
Yep.
Oh, Daddy.
What brought them to our hospital? There couldn't have been any obituary. Their father had only died hours before. They were giving value to the life of our John Doe, a life that Dr. Sanders had valued all along.
Now, the death notice was never found.
Mm-hmm.
Could they have been reading some old paper left behind months or even years ago that listed a similar name in a similar hospital?
Maybe?
Inspired by
If their
actual
father was
events?
missing, they'd probably check any
Or do you
hospital,
only
right?
believe?
Yeah, like obviously they can't find their father or whatever. I don't know if they somehow know that he's already dead and died of a heart attack, but I don't know if your father's missing, you would go check a hospital. It'd be your natural instinct, right? So the story, I don't know if it's word for word, like they read an obituary and saw their father's name and came to the hospital and the obituary said that he died in that hospital or whatever, but I could believe that, they just went to a hospital looking for their father because they couldn't find him or whatever, and because they say they change the names and stuff and the timelines or whatever. I don't know if they'd change a minor detail like that, but I could believe, they just went there looking for their father. So maybe for that reason, I'm gonna vote that this is true. All right, I have all my guesses. So the first one and last one I voted true, and the middle three I voted fiction. Let's see how I did.
Now, let's review tonight's stories and discover which ones were inspired by actual events and which ones were inspired only by a writer's imagination.
So I said this one was true.
This? New mail. Find her. How? How do you want me to find her?
So I said I think it's true because I think Victoria Gourlay herself might have been sending the emails to draw attention to herself.
Is it hard for you to believe that a story like this actually happened to someone in real life? It did.
Yep, got
And
that
what
one right.
about the three girls?
We just get stuck in the mud and die then,
I
huh?
said this one was fake.
Well, what are we gonna do now?
Now, was this an easy one to figure out? Do you think it's a work of fiction? Sorry, a similar story did take place.
Okay, wrong on that one.
Then?
Now this is just the
I
way
also said
found
false.
it. That's how I found it, just like it.
How'd they get in? Wasn't there a lock on the door?
What are the odds that the basic facts of this were inspired by actual events? Pretty good. It happened.
Oh, wow.
And what's your
Another one
opinion
wrong.
of the story?
And the first three were true, so are there going to be other trues?
Weezer! Mom! Weezer,
I
wait!
said this one was false, by the way.
This story is a total falsehood, right? Right. It never happened.
Okay, got that one right.
And our last tale tonight examined the anonymous patient whose death would not go unnoticed.
And I said this one was true.
What obituary?
Sir, only one person died.
Did you guess that this story was made up by our writers? Well, you guessed wrong. A story like this did take place. So, was your
Got
perception
that one right,
on
so I got
target
3
tonight?
again.
4 of our was a
Just the
total
one,
fabrication.
the saddest one, was made up.
Good night.
Join us next time.
Having so
on
much fun with
Beyond
this show.
Belief, Fact or
But thank you guys so much for joining me for another reaction to Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction. Having a lot of fun with the show, and I'm getting better at the guessing as well. 3 out of 5, both of the last 2. So, yeah, look forward to the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Check out my sports vlogging channel, Jordan's Vlogs. And we will see you on the next one. Have a good one, guys. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.